Hey guys, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to thank you so much for the continuous support, suggestions and phone calls. Today's vlog, we look into the Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Housing and Infrastructure delegation visit to Jamaica. Morning. I hope the Cayman team enjoyed the weekend. And welcome to one of our premier goat farmers, Unity Boer Goat Farm. For the home of purebred Nubians and Boers. This is Mr. Owen. He is the CEO of this operation. Jamaica interest in small ruminant span for a very long time. We have seen ups and downs in our production level. We have a lot of interest now from the ministry. The Jamaica Development Board, the private sector is also involved in trying to push us to a more commercial-based operation. Some of our challenges is definitely access to live animals, breeding females. Predial last is also a problem that we hope the government will help us to strengthen. So we want to showcase to Mr. Bartley operation. He focuses on genetics. You will call him what you call a showboat farmer like what we have in the US. The meat operation side, we're not getting much animals to go into production. However, Jamaica have a vibrant culture around exotic goats. And that's what you guys will see here today. So probably some of the best Boer goats you'll probably see across the Caribbean. We're trying to get the best genetics and conserve them. Very similar to what the ministry do at Boer's Research Station, where they have a nucleus herd. So as the private sector hyper, we try to support him to maintain his genetics at that level. And so just do evaluation and production parameters that we can provide to the sector. So I'll hand over to Mr. Bartley to give you a little history of himself, and then we'll do a small tour of his operation. So Mr. Bartley.
Hey, good afternoon everyone. Thank you for coming.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming to my small exhibition. I'm happy to have you guys here to show you what I'm doing and how I'm trying to uplift the small ruminant sector when it comes to Boer goats and the genetics that we have here, and show that we still have quality genetics here. And so basically I've been taken out of school to raise goats. That's my dad think that was the best thing. I didn't agree with him until I was in England. Until I was in England and come here and realized there was Boer goats here. I remember the first time I see one at Dickie Morrison farm, I was so excited. I go back to England and I come back down immediately because I start buying Boer goats. And that's where I started 2013. And this is where I'm at now. I'm still learning, still working hard to make progress, and I'll show you along today, and I hope any questions I have no problem answering.
How many
At the moment I have about 120.
here?
Yeah. Yeah. I said I wanna go 300, but I think it probably put me in my grave.
All the time though.
No, sometimes I would love to have let them out today, because that's when you see the best of the goat. When you let them out, it's like everything shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a different forum, different farmers. But the goats need big open space all the time?
Not really. When they're doing genetics, this area is fine for how we're going, because right now in Jamaica, as you hear about Frisian last thing, it's like carrying goat to bush like when I used to grow up. It's very hard now. So we think we have to go back to zero grazing system, where we basically bring the food to the goat and not go to the feed.
On your premises here, you don't have that within this neighborhood, for instance.
They're probably there, but I think they think twice to come here, because I have what to defend myself, and I have security, and I have everything. So I think they think twice, and I let them know that I'm crazy as well.
I'm new to Jamaica. I used to see that in the Hansard on the 50s. Every time the house met, they had a bill dealing with last.
Yeah. It's like that. It's not like the poison one of my dogs before. But anytime they do anything silly like that, it just red flag and I'm up and running. So, you know, so far so good. Since I started in the business, I haven't had no goods stolen from me. And I have to just keep everything crossed and just hope that, you know, I have a security team that responds here within 10 minutes. And I'm good with all the officers them that in the area, in Mandeville. So I can call anyone at any time to come and give me some help. You know, so. Yes man, and my dogs them tell me a lot. I listen to them, they tell me a lot. They know people come here during the day, so they adapt to that. But in the night, they're totally different, you know, and they just circle. So when I listen to them, and I have my backup, and if I have to press a button, I press a button, and you know, that's how it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's
amazing.
Yeah.
Right, so for Jamaica, we have predominantly a lot of farmers who have less than 1 acre of land operation. So we promote them to do the intensive or semi-intensive like system. That's why it's the real flatted floor. Mr. Bartley, major aim is to reach 300 females that he can supply, not to local but really to the region. He has had a lot of requests from the region, Mr. Watson, Montserrat, Antigua,
Even Saudi Arabia.
and I will pass it on to the
Everybody
ministry,
call me.
hoping that they could support that initiative. So let us now tour the facility.
Spray.
And yes, we need to spray all
Some weight on them. I just want to bathe them once already, so I'm going to bathe them again just to make sure that they're comfortable and they have no issues. So they're.
Hey.
Well, this one is the only AI that I got the other day. I did want, because that is short, I did want a bit more length, and I think I got it here. I think I got it here with this man. D9. I think his bone is good enough for me, and I think he's he's gonna be a really nice boy. So I just watch how they go and I go along, because there's always room for improvement. But I think D9 gonna be stealing a lot of shows. You know, tell him D9. Yeah? D9. Then the head is nice as well. So he's the next one that I'm gonna keep on watching him grows and see how I go along. So I try to just put the box with different goats that they're not related to. So I, you know, see what I get. Sometimes the experiment don't work, but sometimes it works, and you know, you're happy about it. But this boy, I'm very happy about. He's gonna be long, very long like his dad, you know, and he's gonna be nice. And
Beautiful face.
yeah.
Unpaid member of staff here, and he does not make any effort pass without letting you know that he's my godson. Now, now apart from Dr. Mota, who visits very often, there are other veterinarians. I told you we have 700 bulls pregnant with the Australian female. This is one. And first father, Dr. Watson, who is the champion of Denver, and last year that I
Mr. Nash, good to see you. Welcome back to Yard. I see you here touring with the Minister of Agriculture from Cayman. Give me an idea what the plan is and your involvement.
Yeah man, so glad to be home. Khalil, good friend from college, you know. So working in Cayman Islands as the Senior Policy Advisor for Agriculture. And we're here on I would say an expedition, an agricultural tour of Jamaica. It's somewhat of a fact-finding mission and to further expose ourselves to the different production and agricultural systems in Jamaica. So I'm here with a delegation of about 8 persons, including the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, our House Speaker, former Premier, former Minister of Health, Member of Parliament, and President of the Agricultural Society or Director of Agriculture and our acting permanent secretary. We have been across the length and breadth of Jamaica. We have had many stops facilitated by, of course, IPRO, most notable the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries and its agencies and departments. And so we are now over in St. Elizabeth in YS Farms with notable Dr. Wellington looking on his livestock. Again, this is one of the several stops we have made on the trip.
So what has been the most probably the exciting part of your visit, or something that you want to highlight?
Well, to be honest, I would say based on the feedback of the team, being the coordinator and facilitator from our side, is just the relationship that we are able to forge with these important institutions and to see the broad spectrum of agricultural sites and operation that Jamaica has to offer. Of course, from the ministry side and notably from the private sector, the tours, etc. that were facilitated by IPRO, of course, was an highlight. And to see the delegation also trying, aspects of Jamaican cuisine, touring the countryside, seeing the different things that Jamaica has to offer, but also getting a chance to see some key agricultural practices such as our agro parks, cattle farm, cattle rearing, that sort of a thing. So it has been a very good one. I would say that there's no down moment on the trip, except that we have to drive for long durations, which is also the plus side. The Cayman is a small country, and so for those who have accompanied me, it's a delectable treat for them to be seen. We just drove through the Holland Bamboo, and they were so blown away by the arch that is created by this over 3 kilometers of roadway covered by bamboo, an area that I used to manage as well.
Yes.
And my former job.
Yeah, I remember.
So it has been good. Yes, Khalil.
So I see you have a book. That's my copy. You brought it for me.
Yes, this is your copy. I'm going to autograph it and then I'm going to give to you. It's the second book that I wrote. The first one was Overcoming Our Giants, and of course you can see it on Amazon. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Demo and Nash. So this latest work is called Failure Is Not Final, which I call a monumental work of capturing key details of my journey from then to now.
Yes.
And as I transition to a new era of my life, it is to be vulnerable to the reader, that the reader can see a work that I'm not afraid to expose my failures, but it's to show that many of what we call failures, they are really nutrients to purpose. It's based on how we treat and handle them, So if we use failure right, success, and notable experiences, Thomas Edison, they said that made the light bulb over 1,000 times he failed. Mm-hmm. But then look what we have today. All different types of products are derived from that just one experiment. So it is to show the reader and understand, redefining failure, that we look at things that are happening in our life from a different perspective, having a good sense of who you are and what is your purpose in the earth, defining purpose principles. And also of course, I'm a church person, spiritual minded person, and so I've used my spiritual experiences along with my agricultural practice and what I'm more into in agricultural policy development and implementation, coordination. Use that also with my overall experiences in life to what I say it's a motivational truths and strategies to cultivate success. So it's a very useful strategic guide that I believe everyone who wants to get to that place in their life where they can say I am successful or I am pursuing my purpose, it's a good addition to your suite of of books in your library that you can read, and there are practical examples that you can, you know, include in your everyday life, you know, and it will. I've been getting feedbacks from some of the readers, and myself I'm blown away, you know. And so I encourage you. It's for a nominal fee of, you know, I wouldn't say fee, but contribution then to just recoup costs that have been spent to produce the material.
Yes.
Which is a good production. It's about 3,000 Jamaican dollars, about 20 US dollars. So you can go on Amazon, you can access it, and for those that are in the Kingston area, 25 Red Hills Road at Grace Workshop Ministries, you can access it. And of course, you'll see where, as a writer, I have used every aspect of my life, including my substantive career of being an agricultural expert. Yes, Khalil.
Thank you, Mr. Nash.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, man.
All right, boss. Go and support the book. I'm going to get my copy right now. Nash has been an inspiration for all of us, I can tell you that. I know him at Case, we used to call him Pastor. You know, man of God. You know, you're baptizing people.
You're right.
And now he's doing well in Cayman, as you can see. So support the book, guys. It's on Amazon.